All right, I hope I did that right. 7:31. Hope I did that right. If you can hear me, give me a 1 in the chat. Let me get my chat open. Let me see. Oh no, yeah, I wanted to show. All right. If you can hear me, give me a 1 in the chat. Oh, let me see. Okay. So we can see the chat on the screen. Y'all know I'm trying to perfect this restream and everything. So we wait for the people to come. I know y'all be expecting me to be a little later, but I'm trying to respect people's time and get on here on time. So if you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Say hello. Let me know that I did this thing right. All right, there go Ray. So Ray, I'll bring you up in just a few minutes. Let's give people a chance to come on up. And then I'll drop the link, and then you'll just click the link, and then that'll add you to the live. So just give people a chance to come on in. Right, Jeff, the meeting has to start on time, right? Yes, has to start on time. Absolutely. All right, y'all. I hope I did it right. So today I was determined. I said it has to be a way. It has to be a way that because other YouTube people, other YouTubers, they're doing their lives through platforms like this, Restream, StreamYard, things of that nature. And I'm like, it's a way that they notify. So I hope that y'all saw the notification. I called myself setting it up. It looked like, that was the case. So I know some people say they're not getting the notifications and things of that nature. So I hope that is the case. So we'll give people just a few more minutes. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm just trying to, y'all know I still be like learning this stuff. As we go. So what was this? Okay. All right, I'll figure that out later. All right, let's see. Rebella, I don't know. I was just saying I thought that I did it right. I don't know what YouTube is doing. So I have to figure out when you go to my channel, one, make sure that you still subscribe because I have lost a few subs. So sometimes I think it's just that YouTube go through and maybe it was a bot that sub. And then sometimes people, YouTube will unsub people, even though they didn't do that. So just go to the channel and make sure that you're still subscribed. And then next to the subscribe button, it should be like a bell. Make sure that that's clicked too. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I usually start Tell Me Something Good Thursdays with wins. So if anybody has wins that they want to share, feel free to put them in the chat. Today we do have a special guest. We have Ray, the ex HOJ. If you haven't seen Ray's interview, I think I put that up maybe a week ago. He will come and answer any questions that you may have in regards to anything that we brought out in the interview. I have a couple of follow-up questions that I didn't think about until after I was editing the video to put up and things of that nature. And then we'll just pretty much go from there. I know in the past I would do like question of the week, thought of the week, but we're just trying to figure out the new rhythm of the live. When I did the Q&A with Jean, who was someone else that I interviewed, I really did like doing the Q&A live with the person who was previously interviewed. So I do plan to do more of these, and then just have special guests to come on so that we can see how it goes as we figure out where everybody is, because it's like since I've been going using Restream, people are not getting notified like they once did. So we'll see. Let me just check one more thing, y'all, and then we'll go ahead and get this thing started. One second. Let's see. Yep. All right, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna drop this link. We're gonna have Ray come up. Y'all put y'all wins in the chat. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. It's like I almost forget to do it, how to do it every week. Okay, Ray. Once you see that link, you can click that link, Ray, and then it should let me bring you up on the screen. I hope everybody having a good week. It had gotten kind of cold here in the Chicagoland area. Oh, excuse me. Today was kind of nice. Oh, I forgot to bring my drink down here. I thought I had brought my drink down here. Oh man. Oh well. Tomorrow's supposed to be really, really nice considering, it's November. It's gonna be like 65 and sunny. Because it has snowed here last Sunday. Hey Esty. Last Sunday it snowed, right? Yeah, Sunday into Monday. They were saying it was gonna be, so crazy and stuff like that, but it wasn't. Okay, Jeff said, honestly, even though sometimes some wrinkles need to get ironed out, I like these smaller channels. They're more organic, and I like the sense of smaller community to have. Thank you, Jeff. I do too. I ain't looking for 2,000 and 6,000 people in to come into the lives. Hey, Melissa, I think that's what we all tend to like, but yeah, I just be looking for the OGs of the real ones tribe. So I just be trying to make sure. All right, there you go. Let me see. I'm gonna play around with the. Wait. I'm gonna take the chat off the screen, and then okay, that's better. There we go. All right. Can you say something, Ray?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, so we can hear you. All right. We got Mr. Ray in the house. Let's see.
Wait a minute, hold on a second, because I'm hearing.
You got on more than one device?
What I got on YouTube.
But it's just one device?
Yeah, it's just one device.
Just a computer. You getting feedback?
Okay, you there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is that
now it's
better?
yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. Um, all right, let's see. We got a few people coming into the chat. We got Mr. Ray in the house. Hey Melissa. Just said the first cold day I always sing when it's cold outside. Oh, Melissa said, hi, Ray. All right, all right, all right,
Hello.
all right. Okay.
I can't see the chat.
Oh yeah, I took it off.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay, that's better. There we go. Can you
Oh,
see it now?
yeah, I can see it now.
It's itty bitty. I ain't a pro at this. Let's see. Let me see. Last time I tried to do something, we got all messed up. Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be better. At least for me. Okay, cool. All right. So, welcome, Mr. Ray, the ExHOJ. Like I mentioned, guys, if you had a chance to see Ray's interview, very insightful, very honest, and authentic. Really wanted to um, get to know more of his story. Like I say, if you watch the video, me and Ray connected. He found some videos here on the channel. I went and subbed to his channel and watched some of his content, and he agreed to do an interview. And so that's how we're here. So if you watch the interview and you have any follow-up question that Ray is comfortable answering, you can put it in the chat, and I'll get us started. So I was thinking, Ray, I know you said that the church um, uh, didn't celebrate Christmas
Right,
because it was pagan.
right.
What are their stance like Thanksgiving or Mother's Day, Father's Day? Do they celebrate those holidays?
Well, not the regular holidays. Like we don't celebrate. Well, they don't. Like the New Year's and Easter and
Hmm.
uh, Christmas, Halloween, none of those days. They all considered pagan.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. But you all birthday, Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Well, they didn't tell us not to celebrate Mother's Day or Father's Day, but the church has their own Mother's Day. It's it's in June.
Oh, so they
Yeah.
have their own like distinct um so what do they have their own holiday, so to speak?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you recall some of them?
Sure. The first one will be our anniversary, which is January the 1st. So that's when the church, according to the history now, the
Mm-hmm.
church started January the 1st, 1910. So we had
Mm.
anniversary and then we had Memorial Day, and that is different than you guys' Memorial Day because it's memorializing the founder and the successors of our church.
Wow. Okay. So January 1st is about the establishment or the official start of the religion.
Right.
And then you all have a Memorial Day, but
Hmm.
it's not about Jesus like with the JWs.
Right.
It's um, about the founder.
Right. And the successors.
Oh, so the initial founder and then all the people in charge since then.
Right.
What do they? And is it called Memorial Day?
Yes, it is.
And what day is that?
It's on May 19th.
Okay, all right. And guys, make sure y'all go check out Ray's channel. He did a video where he kind of lists all the days that um they call for donations or contributions or tithes. I can't. What did you call it, Ray?
They were contributions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
contribution.
yeah.
And so they had a lot of days that they wanted you all to be giving.
Right. They
Would
did.
you say the House of Jacob is kind of falls into the prosperity gospel genre?
N- No, I wouldn't say that because they didn't preach prosperity.
Okay,
You know.
but they do want you to contribute though.
Oh yeah, they'll mention it, and they mention it often. So
Yeah,
yeah, they want you to contribute.
right, right. All right, I see this chat kind of moving. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
Um, oh, Jeff asked about what about Valentine's Day?
No, they don't celebrate Valentine's Day
No.
now.
So Rebella, Ray is a former member of. I'm gonna let him say the complete name so I don't mess
Yeah.
it up.
All right, it's the Supreme Council of the House of Jacob of the United States of America Incorporated.
And so it's Pentecostal, correct?
Right, Holiness Pentecostal.
Holy Pentecost,
Yeah,
Holiness
but they
Pentecostal,
identify as non-denominational.
but identifies non-denominational. Okay.
Right.
Now I don't know if you know this answer, Ray. Like, and I could be wrong. Like when people are like Pentecostal, that's more like the talking in tongues and things of that nature,
Right.
right?
Right.
What people I remember people back in the day would be like, oh, they sanctified.
Mm-hmm.
And
Same thing. Same
yeah,
thing.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, okay. So I'm just making sure I'm correct
Mm-hmm.
in my recollection. Okay, let's see. Hey butterfly. Um okay, Rebella's asking for a little bit of backstory. So she must didn't see the interview. Butterfly, what hold on, Ray. Almost
Mm-hmm.
over LOL yours. I don't what you mean, butterfly? Oh, she's talking to Melissa. Sorry. They having a personal conversation. um so Rebella is asking for a backstory. So she must didn't catch your interview.
Oh, all right.
Um so maybe if you can give her uh a quick synopsis about your journey.
Okay. Well, like I said, I was born in the Supreme Council of the House of Jacob, and basically from the time I was a child up until 21, I never believed in God or Jesus. I was born into the organization. My parents were ministers, and I just bypassed the whole indoctrination process simply because that wasn't an interest of mine. I mean, the what they were preaching and everything. The only thing I was interested in when I went to church was playing my music, which I played a guitar, and the traveling that we did, and then just the socializing, and that was my whole life. That was my whole uh, draw to church while I was growing up. And then when I got 21 years old, when I moved up to Minnesota, and I actually started paying attention to what they were preaching, and then I started researching and studying, and then I found out that basically the it was all man-made.
Mhm.
So after studying history, the history of King James and the King James Bible, and going back through all of that all the way back to Christianity, and I realized that it was all just man-made. But like I said, I didn't have a belief to begin with, so for me, it was just wow, this is all man-made, and then I started wondering if people actually believed in it, because like I said, for me, I just never gave any thought to God or Jesus from the time I was
Mhm.
a child up to 21. So and it wasn't anything I did on purpose. It just happened that way. So, but I stayed in the church for 65 years. I just, well, my church took my name off the roll when I made my first video. So, and if you want to check that out, you can go watch introduction video. I basically excommunicated the church from my life, but it was a metaphor. I wasn't actually giving up my membership, but they sent me a letter and told me that they took my name off the roll. So, and it is what it is. So that's the backstory.
Yeah. Good job, Ray. Okay, so Butterfly has a question. She
Hmm.
wants to know how closely related, if at all, are the house of Jacob and the Black Israelites? Curious, like the house of Jacob, the Black Israelites were likewise founded in Chicago. Um,
Right.
then, then she said, and am I correct that, like the Black Israelites, the house of Jacob also believed that the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade are the true descendants of biblical Israelites?
Well, no, they're not. They don't have any relation with the Hebrew Israelites at all.
Okay.
But now the theology is that yes, we were the children of Israel that you read about in the Bible. And after studying a lot and then visiting a lot of different churches, I found out basically that every church teaches the same thing, basically, because when you're being taught from that Bible, you're receiving the message as though it is you. They're
Mm.
talking to you. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, but that is their true belief, though. They believe that they are the children of Israel. They believe that they are God's only true church. And the only way you can reach salvation is through the Supreme Council of the House of Jacob. So, just like the JWs, right?
Yeah, yeah, just like the JWs. Now, this is one thing that I think I've come to the conclusion, like
Hmm.
definitely after your I had already started investigating a little bit, but after your interview,
Hmm.
I'm kind of convinced that every religion, at least the ones that have a connection to, well, not I ain't gonna even say that, that somehow have a connection to Jesus, because Muslims say the same thing.
Right.
I don't know if Hindus and Buddhists say it, so that's why I don't want to generalize. But the good majority of religions that I've come in contact with, whether reading and researching or people that I know, they all say they the truth. They all say they
Hmm.
the one way to salvation, or Jesus or God, or whatever the case may be.
Hmm.
All of them.
Yeah, they do.
So, like I said, I don't know if that's true of Hindu or Buddhism, but it's just like it's so interesting because I had Googled that some weeks,
Hmm.
months now
Hmm.
ago, about how many religions identify as the truth, right? Because of
Right.
course JWs like say we're the truth, we're the truth. They coined it the truth and things of that nature.
Hmm.
And I want to say it was about 5 or 6. Mormons, right? Islam, those were just some off the top of my head that I was like, and here it is, JWs think they the only ones that call
Wait a minute.
it the truth.
And the House of Jacob too. They
Yeah,
think that they're the only ones.
yeah,
And I've shared that with people. It's like, I've told them that the House of Jacob is not the only one that think they're the truth. I said
yeah,
everybody think they're the truth. Even Reverend Chicken Wing down on the corner at his church, he think he preaching the truth, and his
right.
members do too. You know, that's why they're there.
Now, y'all, I'm trying to. Okay, let me see. All right, I had to make the screen back small so I can read some of y'all questions. Let's see. Do. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction because y'all started typing away. So Jeff said around 20 years ago he worked with some Pentecostals, Holiness family. His dad was a pastor in Richmond, Virginia, so he had some he let's see had some experience. Melissa has a random question. She says, "How
Yes.
come you have all the books behind you laying down so you can't see the titles?" I think
Oh,
that's
that's
a
because
background.
that's a fake background.
Yeah, that's a fake background, Melissa. Oh,
But,
let's see.
but thanks
Butterfly
for being
is,
attentive.
huh?
She's attentive.
Oh yeah. Melissa is gonna catch all the details.
Yeah. That's my daughter's name too, Melissa.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Butterfly says it is rather gripping how many similarities exist between JWs and the House of Jacob. Both groups are exceptionally secretive. JWs have a back room. HOJ has a back seat to initiate the shunning process. I
Right.
Oh, what's that? I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't
Now
know
I'm
about the back seat?
No. So let me tell you something about Miss
Okay.
Butterfly. She's
All right.
like she's like a human encyclopedia.
Mhm. That's
So
good.
let me see what else she had to say. Well, I'll come back. I'll come back to this. Yeah. Now, what's the deal with the back seat?
Well, the back seat is that's your place of repentance. If you've done something wrong,
Okay.
and if the pastor or the district overseer puts you on the back seat, then you have to sit back there for a certain amount of time. And while
Mm,
you're sitting back there, you can't participate in church or anything. And when served, as a matter of fact, you can't even stand up and clap or dance or anything. You have to sit there, and when service is over, then you have to leave out immediately. Well, at least that's the way they used to do it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now they're moving toward a more, you know, accepting, or they're starting trying to break that tradition simply because there's a new leader now, and
Mm.
the new leader came into power last year, last August. So
Okay.
they're trying to break all that. But yeah, that's backseat.
Interesting. Interesting. So yeah, so basically it sounds like the whole back seat, and I'm assuming this means like the last pew of the sanctuary of the church.
Yes, yes.
um Sounds very much like kind of what happens when somebody is disfellowship. Like they can still come to the kingdom hall and things like that, and no one tells them to sit in the back per se,
Mhm.
but they tend to,
Right.
because they're not allowed to. Well, back then they wasn't allowed to talk to anybody at all or make eye contact. That way they could just
Yep.
head right to the door.
Yep.
That's so crazy. All right, let's see. What else did Butterfly say? Okay. She says the term worldly is used to highly control members' behaviors, activities, friendship, ties. Like JWs, the House of Jacob have their own songbook. Many holidays are prohibited. School sports are forbidden. Oh, I didn't know that.
She did a good research,
Yeah, like
but
she's an encyclopedia.
it used to be that way. It's not that way
Okay.
now. Yeah, but back when I was growing up, yeah, that's the way it was. I mean, you
Yeah.
weren't supposed to
Right.
play sports or anything. Go to the movies, all the same things. I don't think y'all could do the same. Any of those things either. Back
No. No.
during that time.
No. No. And we did talk about that in the interview, that your parents um, didn't necessarily adhere to it. Like they kind of let
Right,
y'all be kids.
right.
So that was good. Um, but yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't,
Yeah.
we didn't talk about the school stuff. Like we talked about, not going to the skating or the movies and this and that. I didn't
Mhm.
realize that they too didn't want kids being involved in school activities.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else Miss Butterfly got out here. Grooming habits of women, nails, hair, makeup, clothing are ridiculously monitored by its leaders, etc. I went to middle school with HOJ kids. Okay. And their life
Really?
was, yeah, she said, and their life was so sad and restricted as mine. Um,
Where's she at? Where do she live? If you don't mind me
She lives
asking.
on the East Coast. She lives on the East Coast. So, Butterfly, during that time, where did you live? Um, so she says the kid that I guess that she went to school with was from Evanston, which is here in Illinois.
Hmm.
Interesting. Um, let's see.
Well,
Um,
she got a lot of good information because everything she's saying is true.
yeah. Oh, she's super smart, super knowledgeable. She's all that. She gonna edit my book when I write it. She don't
All
know it,
right,
but
all right.
she don't know it yet, Ray. But
Uh,
let's see. Melissa say that was not fun. What was not fun, Melissa? Melissa, so let's see. Jeff said, I've only recently, over the last year or so, started thinking about all the rules in JW, written and unwritten. There was a rule for everything. I didn't even realize it was that bad when I was in. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think for a lot of people, like,
Mm,
like after doing the interview with you, Ray, I'm like, I'm, I'm interested to know, like, because you was in so long, but it was the music, and then it's like now it's your wife, you got your kids, so you just was kind of going through the motions,
right.
right?
Yeah.
As you were but it really wasn't deconstructing, as you were researching and trying to figure out how far does this thing go back,
Right.
you know.
Hmm.
Um, um, I what I see a lot. I'm trying not to find the right word. What I see in JWs who were kind of born and raised in
Hmm.
the organization, um, like a struggle that it don't sound like you had because you never believed.
Right.
Like there was never a moment where you believed,
Right.
right? Even at 21 and being pulled to preach and do these things and kind of get more into the ministry of it, you were just going through the motions because you still didn't believe, right? And you was trying to find a workaround. But it's something different, I think, with the JWs I've come across on videos or things of that nature, because at some point they did,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And so I think that's the bigger struggle. So let me ask you this, if you don't mind me asking.
Hmm.
So you never believed.
No,
Did your wife ever know in those 65 years that you never believed?
she didn't know until probably 10 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't really say anything to her about it, after I came to my conclusion that it was all man made. And that was in
Mm-hmm.
1998. But I didn't say anything because, like I said, my family was invested in the
Right.
church.
Right.
We were active and everything. So I didn't want to be disruptive to the family and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I just continued to participate in
Mm-hmm.
everything. But like I said, in 2008, I just couldn't preach anymore. I
Yeah.
just couldn't. I mean, because I felt like I was propagating something, that I knew wasn't true.
Yeah.
So, or at least for me. Now, other people may feel that it is, but, based on the history that I studied, which I said was political history.
Yeah.
If you research political history, you'll see just about at every point a government is involved. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Mm-hmm. So, um, at this point, so obviously your wife, your kids, they kind of know, your belief system. Um, do your wife and kids have a similar belief, like that it's all man-made, or do they still believe in Jesus or a higher power or anything like that?
No. Well, let me start with my wife.
Okay.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't believe anymore.
Okay.
So
Well, I know she don't believe in the church, but she don't believe in like a higher power or anything.
no, not that I
Okay.
know of. She's, I mean, and then especially with Jesus, she said she got to a point where she just couldn't even listen to songs that had that she couldn't sing songs or listen to songs that had the name Jesus in it.
Okay.
So you know, but now my children, I think all I have four children. Out of the four, only one is really goes to church.
Okay.
Um, and when I say really go to church, I'm talking about for church. Now my son is a guitarist too. So and he not only plays at the Supreme Council of the House of Jacob, he plays at a lot of different other churches down in Dallas.
Okay.
And so, but he's not at church, not at the House of Jacob. He's not at the House of Jacob every Sunday or not even every month because
Hmm.
he's playing so many different places,
Yeah.
So, but the rest of them, nah, they don't have any belief. My other uh, two don't have any belief in God or Jesus.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it was nothing that I did.
Yeah.
It was just through their own research and their own, you know,
Yeah. On
thinking about it.
conclusions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Um, let's see. We got Melissa says she's the one who had to sit in the back room.
See what?
Oh, let's see. Yes, Jeff, it was such a soul-sucking experience. As he said, I didn't realize how bad it was till my kids started school. I was an adult convert in the JWs. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Um, all right. All right, let's see. Jeff said I was born in. Wait a minute, the chat is jumping. I was born in. The only thing I truly believed in was the paradise hope. Whether or
mm,
not everything behind that belief added up, losing that belief, at least as JW teaches it was hard. Yeah, see, um, and that's not uncommon. I
right.
see uh, many born in like that's probably one of the top three struggles
Mm-hmm.
that when they find out like this thing is really not going to happen, right?
Right.
It's hard for them because one,
Mm-hmm.
they either have to come to grips that one day, they'll cease to exist here on earth,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And they won't be resurrected or anything like that. And so people struggle with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then um the other thing around that is that um dang, I just lost my thought. But I know the biggest one is that they just they like, oh my God, like, I have to deal with my own mortality.
Right.
And for some
Right.
people, that's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real struggle.
I know.
For me, I have my moments because I be feeling like I got a lot. I still want to, accomplish and stuff like that. But if you
Mm-hmm.
kind of focus on the, like my husband, he drives me crazy. He'll say, we probably only got about 35 more summers. And I'm like, well, maybe you only got 35 more summers. Don't count my summers,
Right.
you know. But yeah, I just, try to take life as, as it comes.
Right. Right.
Um, and
I
I
wanted.
get I get encouraged when I see people still highly functioning physically, mentally, and they 102, 103.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I want to get to the I want to live long enough to be how my grandma was.
All
My
right.
grandma, now she probably been saying she ready to go since my grandfather had died.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say from probably the last 5 years of her life, she used to really be like, I'm good. I could go
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Right.
Like
Right.
she, that's just how she felt. So that brought peace because it was like we know she at peace now because she been so ready to go. Not because she
Hmm.
was sick or anything like that. It's just that she was the last of her family, you know.
Hmm.
So you every it's like a. I used to tell them. I said, Grandma, like Tom Hanks' character in The Green Mile. You know,
Um,
remember
right.
remember he lived out everybody, his
Right.
wife, the people he worked with, his friends. And I can't remember the words that he said, but at the end, he was just like, yeah, people see this as a blessing, but he's like, it's a curse because you see
Yeah.
everybody go.
Yep.
So I used to have to remind my family of that. Like, she the last of the family she was born into, and she's the last of the family she married into, as far as her sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws and things of that nature. I'm
Hmm.
like, she's sick of y'all. She ready to go. She's
Yeah.
sick of you all.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I wonder, can
Go ahead,
I
Ray.
say some? Well, I was looking at Jeff's
Yeah.
comment, and yeah, I can understand the devastation
Mm-hmm.
that happens because, and I did a video with one of my friends in the church, Charles, and that's on my page too.
Okay.
And for him, now he's in his 70s, but he found out probably in his latter 60s. He did all the research and everything. And he said when he found out that it was all man made, he said he just cried for days. It just tore him up. He said, but once he got over that devastation, he said he felt free, you
Mm-hmm.
know, realizing that, it was all man made. He felt very free. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I've seen others too, even in our church
Yeah.
that discovered that it wasn't the truth.
Yeah. Ain't nothing
Yeah,
like realizing this ain't the truth, boy. I tell
yeah,
you. Um. Okay. Esty talking to Melissa. All right. Jeff says, I'm hoping to move to Japan in part because Christianity doesn't exist at all in that society, mainly
mhm,
because it runs so deep in Western society.
right.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and I think kind of think in Jeff what he just shared, I feel like that's another reason why so many of these Christian based religions are running like to the third world countries now. You
Right.
know, every JW update video, they over in the Philippines, Africa,
Hmm.
all these places,
Yeah,
so they just, and the Mormons, they've been doing it for a while. Yeah, they
yep.
just need a new group to kind of what's it called, proselytize to. Let's see, Melissa. Okay, da-da-da-da. All right. Hi, Jesus. Um, yes, Mr. Jingles the mouse. Um, let's see. Jesus said, I had a thought a couple of years ago. If you're afraid of dying, then you're not living. If you're living, you
That's
embrace
right.
death because you have lived. That's right. That
Yeah.
is right. Rebella. Is this religion a sect of Pentecostal? Yes. So it's called Holiness Pentecostal.
Right.
Um, she said, I should probably go back to the first interview. I have so many questions. They seem to be so similar to JW's. And here I thought JW's was so unique. No, ma'am. That's what the JWs want us to believe, but they are not.
Yep.
Butterfly said, I know what you mean with your husband T. So much time was stolen from us by the cult, and the idea of time seems to permeate our thoughts in such a heavy way. So yes, don't count my summers. That's right. I be like, don't be counting my summers. I'm like, if
Right.
you want to put a timestamp on your behind, go ahead. I have like I said, my grandmother was lived to be how old was grandma? 94? Yeah, 94. She passed the day after her birthday, so she was 94. I my great grandma uh, on my dad's side, my grandma Lily, she lived to 90 something. My uncle Buddy lived to 90 something. My aunt Ruby was 100 something. So I was like, I'm taking from them genes, okay?
Right.
You know, um, and yeah, so I got a bunch of summers left in me. So, yeah, so this is good. Let's see. Jeff said the Pentecostal holiness I work with had very different beliefs, obviously, but I did find it interesting how similar the culture and thinking was. It's kind of hard to explain. No,
Mhm.
I get it. Like I say, once I tapped into Ray's channel, I'm like, man, I had never heard of this. The church was founded and started here in Chicago. Never seen a
Mhm.
marquee, never met anybody, who was to my knowledge and things of that nature. So then when I started looking at his content, I'm like, man, it's a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities. So yeah, all right. So this is good. What time did we start? 7:30. I'll be forgetting. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to think. I know I wanted to ask you about the holidays. I wanted to ask you about kind of where your wife and kids' thoughts were
Mhm.
now. Um, so let me ask you this, right? And you don't have to answer. And this is again just me working from my default,
Mhm.
how I was born and raised and things of that nature. So
Right.
when you're a person who don't like believe in God, a higher power, Jesus, Buddha, whoever,
Mhm.
like what do you do? I guess like some people pray or meditate or what have you. Like,
Mhm.
when you just feel like you need a some inner strength or, comfort.
I just meditate.
Okay.
Sorry, my allergies bothering me now.
I
So
know.
my mic is watering.
I'm good today.
So, yeah, I just meditate. I
Okay.
mean, that's something, and you know what? That's something that I've always done. I didn't even know what it was called when I was younger.
Yeah.
I just did it. I would, because I take a nap every day. I've taken a nap every day since I was a kid,
Okay.
even when I was in school. In high school, while I was working on my jobs, I always took a nap.
Okay.
It's been something that I did all my life.
Yeah.
And so when I lay down and take my nap, I just meditate, do my breathing. And see, like I said, even as a kid, I didn't even know what that was. I didn't know
Yeah.
anything about meditation. This is just
Right.
something that I did naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for answering that because, you know, I don't now, people who hear your story will probably try to label you as like an atheist, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but um, I think I can't remember if we talked about this in the interview or when we start recording. But like when people hear that, when they hear the word atheist, they, at least when I used to hear it, before getting older, you were
Mhm.
made to think like, oh, they worship the devil, they
Right.
atheists.
Um,
Um, but I think whether it's just because time has passed, we have technology, you can find out information at the snap of a finger and things of that nature. But I
mhm.
think there are way more people in our lives that we come in contact with who probably fall under that, you know.
Right. Right.
I hear more and more people referring to themselves as agnostic. So, to my understanding,
Mhm.
agnostic is somebody who just believes there's something bigger than us, kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
But it doesn't necessarily mean they have a hand in, the goings on in humankind or what have you. So it's
Mhm.
good to know and for people to hear that just because you don't follow the same thought patterns and spiritual practices, religious practices as
Mhm.
maybe the majority of people, you still have a practice, to
Right.
something to help center you, something to help, um, comfort your spirit, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That ain't my music,
Yeah, your music. Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
But
So go ahead,
but you
Ray.
know what though? Like I said in the last video, I don't
Mm-hmm.
really consider myself an atheist. Like
I
I said,
know.
I'm a don't need it because
Yeah.
I just never needed the religion, you know.
Right.
I don't know why. I mean, and this is what I would say to those, people that believe. I've had some conversations with people that believe, and I've told them, if you believe in the biblical God, then you also have to believe that if God made me, He made me this way. Your God made me this way, where I didn't need a
Right.
religion. I didn't need Him or His Son.
Right.
And I'm not being sarcastic, but I'm just saying if you subscribe to the belief, that God made everything and
And
made us all who
made
we
no
are.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but like I said, I don't believe in a God. It's just that it was something that I just didn't need. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. That just in your young mind, it just was like you say, you didn't see a name on the book, on the Bible. You
Mhm.
couldn't see what he looked like, what he sounded like. So for you, it was like, okay, then it's like don't exist. you know?
Yeah.
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 All right. Yeah. That was so funny. He was like, I'm a don't need this.
Well.
Oh, okay. Melissa say, I find it hard to believe in a higher power. Wow. See,
Oh, all right.
learn something new every day. I didn't know that, Miss Melissa.
Was she a JW?
Yes, she was.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see. Butterfly says meditation is not a way of making your mind quiet. It's a way of entering into the quiet that's already there.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Um, and Watchtower loves to say meditation, but it's not like how most people
Meditate.
meditate.
Right.
Meditate mean let what we tell y'all sink in even more. To
Yeah. Yeah.
them, that's what they say when they mean meditation. My last trip to Japan, I visited a Shinto shrine mainly for the experience. It was nice having the freedom to do it and get whatever I wanted out of the experience. Oh,
Hmm.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Coming from a religion where it was supposed to be the truth, and then to find out it's not, it's kind of hard to believe there's a higher power. Now,
Right.
uh, uh, this is from Melissa as well. I find that to also be the case.
Hmm.
That experience with witnesses who were born in. Like
Right.
I feel like you got like two distinct groups. Born in JWs, when they wake up and they realize that basically everything they was ever told was a lie,
Hmm.
they either go, I don't believe in God, I'm an atheist, I'm a proud
Hmm.
atheist, or they run to Jesus. Those are the two areas. And then you
Hmm.
kind of have the gray area. So you'll find a lot of agnostics, and a lot of don't need us at the time,
Right.
and a lot of people, I guess, that fall somewhere like me, where it's just like it's just a big hodgepodge, because I think it's things about Hindu that I really appreciate, or Buddhism and things of that nature. And then I just think more probably culturally, I'm still connected to certain things in the Baptist church, and it's more so because of my family, if that
Right.
makes sense. So
Hmm.
I'm like a free, I just feel like I'm like a free spirit. So if I
No.
had to put a label on it, I'm probably more agnostic than anything. You
Okay.
know, I
Hmm.
believe it's something bigger than us, but because of, like Melissa said, things I've experienced, things that I see in the world, I don't know how much that power plays into our day-to-day lives because there's so much crap going on down here.
Mhm. Yeah,
you know. So,
yeah.
um, Jeff said, Butterfly, I asked my boss what she thinks about when she meditates. Wait, Butterfly, I asked my boss what she thinks about when she meditates. That was a very JW attitude about meditation. I know. Oh, I guess that's when he was in the JW. Melissa, if there was a higher power, why would they let you believe in something with your whole heart that's not true? That's a great point, Melissa. Let's see. Yes, Jeff. JWs vilify any activity that doesn't include you thinking about them 24/7 or brings you calm. Yeah, because they don't like yoga. They don't like anything that can kind
Mhm.
of, calm your spirit. And that's fair, Melissa. I mean, that's I definitely was there and I wasn't even born in. Um Let's see, Jeff said, being born in, I was always fascinated by converts. I love asking them questions about being in the world and coming into JW. It felt like they were from a distant culture. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were.
They were. I get it all the time. When people find out about me converting, it's like, what? And I'm like, I know. And I sometimes have to sit back and be like, what the? But they're very persuasive,
Mhm.
and they very crafty at catching you at a low point, and
Yeah.
you can find yourself in you know a jacked up situation. So,
Mhm.
well, we've been on here about an hour. Is there anything you would like to share, Ray, that we didn't touch upon tonight or in the interview?
Not that I can think of at the moment. I'm
Okay.
just happy to see so many people coming out of their enslavement, their captivity.
Right.
You know, Um like I said, I never really paid attention to all of this and noticed that people were believing and all this stuff until I started studying and did my research. Like I said, none of this made any difference to me
Mhm.
up until I was 21. And
Mhm.
had they not made me a minister, I probably would have still been the same frame of mind. I wouldn't have cared, because I
Mhm.
didn't care about what they were preaching at all. So,
Mhm.
but once I learned that, and then I saw that people actually believe it, and then I also started noticing how religion, not just Christianity, all of them, subjugate people. Basically, if you just look at the control that they have,
Mhm.
and it was evident in our church as well. It still is,
Mhm.
so you know that your governing body, and I know that the governing body of our church, they call them executives, or they're the bishops and everything, but same thing. They're the
Mhm.
ones actually making all the rules and all of this stuff. So this is all man-made. Men are
Mhm.
making these decisions,
Mhm.
whatever they decide to do. And really, if you look at it from a corporate standpoint, not just the religious standpoint, these are men doing business as
Mhm.
a religious organization.
Mhm.
So they got their 501c3 uh, uh, status,
Yeah.
but they're still a corporation, so they
Yep.
operate like a corporation. So
Yes.
whatever the board decides to do,
Yep.
that's best for the organization. That's what they're
Mhm.
gonna do. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I totally get that part. Like I did a video. I thought it would have got more views, but I don't know
um,
what YouTube is doing. But I was basically trying to highlight that here it is, Watchtower is in my research, at least we know it's at least a $1 billion organization. But
Right.
I saw anywhere from 1 or 2 billion up to tens of billions. So we know it's at
Hmm.
least a 1 billion organization, right?
Right.
And here it is. They every month uploading something onto their website where they're highlighting how
Hmm.
little they're doing for people, their
Right.
people.
Right.
And so the video was talking about, it made me think about how all these people, were looking like they weren't going to get their food stamps in November.
Hmm.
Now, I got some family members that get stamps, and they did get theirs on the first.
Right.
So I guess some states, because it was a lot of back and forth with the government or whatever, but
Hmm.
it was looking like they weren't going to get them. So I made the video because they had put up a video where they were kind of bragging that they told these witnesses in South America, I think it was Venezuela,
Hmm.
to grow gardens. Grow gardens. And then they were so proud. The guy doing the video, effective July 2024, no resources are being sent to, this congregation or, this community, um, so that um, so they whatever little bit they was given, they were so proud to
Hmm.
announce that they no longer doing that because we
Right.
told these friends to grow gardens. I
Hmm.
was just like,
Hmm.
this is unbelievable. Like
Yep.
all these churches here in Chicago. So what the governor of Illinois, what he did, he released $20 million so that all the food pantries and churches that have kind of food programs, they could just stock them up because they
Right.
knew that people was gonna be out there, and
Hmm.
it was, I mean, lines wrapped around blocks, you know.
Hmm.
And here
Right.
you have $1 billion plus organization that won't even do nothing for their own people.
Hmm.
Like, okay, you don't have to open up the Kingdom Hall and feed the community, but isn't that what Jesus did? And if you claim you're a follower of Jesus, shouldn't you do
Right.
that?
Right.
But I feel like religion is such a con because outside of your little storefront kind of churches,
Hmm.
pastors who are still working full time, jobs outside of their church, it's just a come up.
Hmm. Yeah.
All the pastors think they supposed to have, top of the line luxury cars, big
Yep.
houses, and that the parishioners are supposed to, just give, 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 give. It's
Oh yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, we see the witnesses kicking people out of Bethel who then, gave 40 years of their whole life to this
Hmm.
organization working for you for peanuts, literally. And then after 40 years, you say, go back to your home congregation. What? They 60
Do
years
what?
old. They don't have no nothing. At least with the Catholic Church, when those priests and nuns retire, they can at
Hmm.
least live in the rectory and be taken care of.
Right. Right.
So it's just like it's low down.
Hmm.
I watch ex Mormon uh content. They low down. It's
Yep.
just, and like you say, that status just is just letting them get away with it.
Hmm.
Scientology, they the same way. They are they have so much money
Hmm.
and they
Yep.
don't help nobody.
That's true. I mean, we
It's crazy.
do that. There are some churches that do, but
Exactly.
I know our church didn't. I mean, they didn't help the members that I know of. I mean, they didn't have any programs or
Yeah.
national programs set up to
Right.
help the members.
Right.
So it was basically collecting money, and then what are you doing with the money, though?
Yeah.
Uh,
They living it up. That's what they doing. All right, we got a couple of more, then we're gonna let you go because I know most of my people here tonight are on East Coast time.
Mm,
Let's see. Jeff says, I'm in New Mexico now. Indigenous cultures view toward creator I found is similar to my personal feelings in some way. Yes. I do like a lot of things I've learned about indigenous cultures and like their thoughts about spirituality and things of that nature.
hmm.
Butterfly, when it comes to atheism, you can always ask religious people that of the approximate 4,000 gods that exist, how many of those gods do they believe in besides their God?
Right.
Let's see. Yep. The person will reply they only believe in one God, theirs. You
Mm,
then reply, so you don't believe in 3,999 gods? And I don't believe in 4,000 gods, just one more than you.
yeah, exactly. They one God away from being an atheist. A complete
Oh my
atheist.
God, butterfly, you something else. Um, all right, let's see. Okay, my experience as a Christian is great. My leaders, I don't know if he got cut off.
Mm,
All right, did that get cut off, Pam? Always we can question always. Oh, okay. I think what she was saying, her experience as a Christian was great. My leaders was you could always question. Yeah, that's a big red flag if you can't at least question.
right.
Jeff, the lack of community help in Watchtower made me feel very, very uncomfortable. Yeah, I can believe that. I was in a congregation of mostly Haitians, and it's like the branch barely knew or cared about the congregation. If the members needed help, they were on their own, let alone the community. Yep,
Mm,
yep. Just like I was thinking, and I said it in the video that I made that I just use one example. Saint Sabina Church over in Auburn Gresham area of Chicago. Um, it's a black Catholic church for the most part, but they have a white priest, Father Flager. You've
mm,
probably seen them anytime Chicago in the news for some, craziness.
right.
Now they was feeding all the people.
Mm,
I doubt that they was asking them, "Are you Catholic? Are you Catholic? Are you Catholic?"
right.
They if you in line, you getting this food. That's it,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, that's how I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird. So, but okay, here we go. Great video. My experience as a Christian is great. My leaders always can ask questions. Always say, examine the Bible. Always helps. The Bible is authority, though. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. All right. So,
And
that, okay, you got something,
I
Ray?
just want to say, I saw Pam's comment,
Yeah.
and I just want to say that my experience was great. I mean, I was never hurt in a church. I was
Mm-hmm.
never, nothing was ever done to me, to make me, uh, be angry at the church or anything. It's just that I didn't believe. I mean, I had no belief. And
Yeah.
then so when I decided to, you know, just come out and let everybody know,
Yeah.
I came out of the closet.
Yeah.
Let everybody know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You what? It wasn't like church hurt or anything like that.
No, not at
You
all.
you you were walking around not believing,
Yeah.
from as a young person, and then it just became too much, like you say, when you once they put you in that situation of preaching, and you
Yeah.
felt like yeah, because I can only imagine how hard that could have been. Like you say, you was trying to give a message but not say God or Jesus or this that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so it looked like we got people saying, okay, Butterfly said, thank you, Ray. This was wonderful. Good night, everyone. Good night, Melissa. All right, they saying they good nights. Um, Jeff is saying, Pam, I admire people who can find things in their religion that I may not be able to see. I think it's great if someone can find value that I might not see. Yep, good night. Okay, everybody saying good night.
All right.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ray. This was great.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
and yeah, we probably have to have you come in. I want to start kind of doing panels and stuff like that. So we
Mhm.
might have to have you come back and give your perspective. Maybe if we do some type of, spiritual, religious panel or something.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds
I
good.
hope you enjoyed it.
I did. I did. I might
All
have to do one of these myself.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I started I had paid for this. This is Restream, it's like StreamYard. So it
Okay.
allows you to, bring people up, interact and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So
Right.
I'm learning more and more. These dogs, they ready to get this melatonin, so they about to have a
Okay.
fit.
All right then.
All right. Take care, Ray.
All right, you too. Thank you.
All right, let's see. Um, all right. All right, let's see. Um, all right, y'all saying good night to everybody. Uh, Hi Tracy. I don't know if I ever seen you pop in, but thanks for coming over here. Greatly appreciated, Miss Tracy. Jeff, I'm glad that you liked it. Yes. So this is something I want to roll out. I do have. We were supposed to do the interview yesterday, but she got busy and things of that nature. So I think we're gonna do it Sunday. And if I can get my life together, hopefully by Tuesday, the interview. I want to get the interview out so then when they come do the Q&A, you all have something to kind of piggyback off of. So I got some interviews set up, y'all. And then on the days that I don't have a special guest, remember y'all can come up. So we might do a like a Q&A based off a video that I put up so that y'all can come up on the screen too. Um all right, Rebella, good night. Good night, Esty. Hey born JW, how you doing? Okay, you caught the tail end. Melissa say that was fun. Yeah, I like the Q&A, right? Um, oh, Tracy, do you? What? Was you going? Do you go under another name, or maybe you don't comment? Because I usually can remember like people who comment and stuff. But I'll be looking out for you, Miss Tracy. All right, Ray said he enjoyed the conversation. Okay, Melissa, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that. Is Butterfly still here? The Butterfly be what is it? Two witness rule. I need two witnesses. Melissa said she will come up the next time I don't have an interview. Do I have two witnesses? Do I have two witnesses that Melissa says she's gonna come up? Okay. I have Butterfly. I need another witness. Melissa said she gonna come up. We know what happened last time. She got chicken. She was brave, then she got chicken. All right, born JW. See you next time. All right, y'all. These dogs about to have a fit. I'm gonna take them out. Did I don't think I told y'all. Maybe about 2 weeks ago. This is like Wild Kingdom over here, and then I'm gonna get off, y'all. Now, y'all, I think I've told y'all we got the rabbits, right? So all my little rabbits, they be in and out of the yard, right? One time, like this is the back of the house right here. Um, Rabbit, Bunny. I call it. I don't even know if it's the same dog or rabbit, but I call it Bunny. Had her babies, so we had baby rabbits. It was just a mess. But anyway, so I don't know if the bunnies I'm seeing now are Bunny or her offspring. Anyway, we call it wild kingdom around here because um, in the last 3 weeks we've had um, a family of 4 raccoons going back and forth our driveway in the front. We've had a fox on our patio slab. We've had a big juicy possum. We've had a stray cat, which I don't really see stray cats around here. But my neighbor tells me like 2 weeks ago, be careful because at 11:30 at night, the night before, on his camera, it was 2 big coyotes in his backyard. I'm like, OMG. So of course I be nervous. My husband is like, he's back up. He's back up. So I take him out when it's dark because he feel like he gonna have to, and I think I'll be all right. But it's Wild Kingdom over here. So but I gotta take them out one last time and give them a melatonin. I locked the door good, so they've been bumping their heads trying to get it to open. All right, we got 2 witnesses, Butterfly and Jeff. All right, Melissa, we got our 2 witnesses. You'll be in that back room. Um, Ray said he a witness too. You can't get out of it. Uh, Tobias, so I can have my face ready. Let's see. Tracy, the book study conductor, will call you out about comment. Y'all so silly. Um, ah, you would think I lived in the woods. You would think I lived in the woods, but we don't. It's crazy. Yeah. The thing of it is with the coyotes, and so we've had like last year. I don't think we had no coyote sightings, but the year before last, it was this poor little coyote. I think he was sickly. He was skinny. His fur was all patchy. And my husband was like, don't be talking about all. Like I'm that type of person. I hate to see roadkill. I just hate it. Oh, so that's why he be like, well, you take them out. And then he stands guard at the door. So weird. Um, it is like Jumanji over here. It's just, it's a mess. All right, y'all. I have enjoyed myself this Tell Me Something Good Thursday. I'm over here with the restream. We got interviews and Q&A. So let me ask y'all this. Because I do get people who inbox me on Instagram. You know, they ask questions and stuff like that. Would y'all be interested in either me doing a long form video of like a get to know T, like 10 things you been asking to know about me in video form, or would y'all rather I dedicate a live where y'all can just ask me the questions? Which one do you think you would like? Um, even though I feel like I tell y'all everything anyway. So I'll wait for y'all to tell me which one y'all think would be more interesting. I am working on content. My cousin coming into town and then she leaving right back out. She's going to Vietnam for her birthday. I was like, really? But this is what she do. She like is a world traveler. So she flying in to Chicago. And then if you know anything about Chicago, she wants some Peppies, which is like Peppies is like the OG original Mexican restaurant. Like before it was Mexican restaurants everywhere. That's all we had was Peppies. So she get in late Saturday. We're gonna go to Peppies, and then she out Sunday morning on her way to Vietnam. So I'm gonna try to figure out when I can get the content. Okay, okay, okay. We got live, 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 live. Yeah, it'd definitely be easier, Jeff. Yeah, the live will be more engaging. The live, okay. We'll do a live. So what I'll do, I'll post on the like community post where people can list the questions. Um, Maybe that's what I don't know. I'll figure it out. But the people have spoken. It will be alive. All right, y'all. We had a good time tonight. Mr. Ray educated us on some things, and yeah, I'm glad that y'all are enjoying the videos. I'm glad the interviews, and I invested in a webcam, even though I think I look pretty good right here. Um, but I was trying to get my Osmo Pocket 3 to be a webcam, but it wasn't sticking. But I think I look pretty okay right here from the regular laptop camera, but the webcam might be crispier for the interviews on Zoom, you know. So I'm learning, y'all. I hope TW is okay too. I mean, it's like he just he vanished. Maybe he moved to Spain. You know, he said he was gonna move to Spain one day. So maybe he moved to Spain. Yeah, that's why I said I plan to um what is it called? It's called Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. And so it's like a platform that allows me to like send y'all newsletters. Um, like obviously y'all could buy me a cup of coffee, y'all can make donations and stuff like that. But it's a way to stay connected to your people. So like yeah, if I had that up and he had joined for like the newsletters or the emails, I could at least had an email for him to be like, hey, are you okay? Yeah, so I need to get that up and going. Okay. Oh, definitely born JW. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. What's your question, Melissa? And then I am for real gonna get off. I gotta go get my steps in. I gotta get these dogs squared away. I got 5,400 steps, so I need to get what 2,100 more. Oh yeah, it'll definitely help. Like I'm sitting in front, so the webcam I bought, it got a ring light on it too. So once I set it up, I can let you know how that is, and then I can let you know, send you the link from Amazon. But right now, I got my light, you know, my regular ceiling light, and then I got like a desk light that's facing that way, and then I got a light directly in front of me. And I like this light. It's like a square. Let me see if I can show you without knocking stuff over. Mm. Yeah, you see it? So it's just like a square. You see, I got this off Amazon. It's supposed to have a little space for you to put your phone, but it broke the first day. So I just, uh-oh. So I just use that to kind of, you know, brighten up the place. Cause like, let me see. If I didn't have this, let's see how dark it would be. Oh yeah, see how dark that would be with my other two lights. So yeah, it should make a huge difference. Yeah, it should make a huge difference. All right, y'all. Let's see. I have to. Okay. Okay. You a mess, Melissa. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Have a great weekend. Keep your fingers crossed that I can get this content out to y'all by the weekend. Y'all gonna be sick of me the last 2 weeks of November because I'm super behind, and I'm determined to get caught up with my content so I can get it uploaded. But y'all have a good one. I had a good time tonight. Peace. Love y'all.